Hey guys, my name is Teresa Ozodima and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I needed to take that breath. So in the last video, I talked about how God helped me to get a 5.0. This video is not like saying that, trying to say that God didn't help me. God actually did help me, but actually put in some effort and actually applied some tips that has been so helpful to me. So with this video, I'm going to be sharing those tips with you. I would really implore you to watch till the end of this video. Set your goals. This sounds plain. Some people come into the university with no knowledge at all, no plan at all, no this is what I want, this is not what I want, nothing. They just pay the acceptance fee, pay the tuition fee, and that is it. But if you really want to do well in school, the first thing you are going to do, no matter the level you are now, whether your first year, second year, third year, I don't know. But the main thing I'm going to tell you is set your goals. Set these goals with something I'll call the New Year resolution syndrome. Whether you accept it or not, it's a syndrome that at the beginning of the year, you list out things that you want to do and you start doing it with so much motivation. But if you start every day the way you start the new year, you would have a blast by the end of the year. What we do is that we start the new year like it's a new year, and by January 31st, we are back to the old year, something like that. Know what you want. If you want a first class, work towards it. If you want a second class, third class, whatever you want, just know what you want. Someone said, aim to the moon and you fall on the stars. If you aim for the stars, you fall on something closer to the star. That's just the idea. So set your goals, know what you want, and start each day like you made that goal that day. Know your style. Quit the competition. Stop comparing yourself with every other person in your class. Stop it. Quit the competition. Quit the competition. I said quit it. Tell yourself, I'm quitting that competition. Know your style. When I was in school, during breaks, I saw this group of, I think, 3 girls. They always like to study, and I felt like, did I come to this school to play? Every time after school, they go to the library. Before school, they are in the library. During classes, if the lecturer comes in late, they are in the library. I was like, I'm not serious enough. So what I started doing was that I kept going to the library with them. But guess what? Every single time I go to the library, I just keep struggling with sleep. But my style was, I'm going to watch YouTube videos, and it was my style. And then, not just that I watch every YouTube video. Not every YouTube video works for me. I kind of look out for YouTube video that had colors in it, that had drawings, that they were talking and writing, and you know how it is, the arrows, the red arrows and everything. I want to see it. I want you to show me. That was what helped me. And whenever I get videos like that, it sticks forever. Grab your study style. Just keep making it better. But do not, for any reason, try to be in competition with another person or try to copy somebody's study style. It might work for some people, but it might not work for others. Now, some people will be like, manage your time, get a timetable, get it this, get it that. The simple truth is that timetable did not work for me, because every week I end up making new timetables that I do not follow. The timetables were just boring and didn't work for me. So what I did was that whenever I start a semester, I just keep flowing because there's not much to study, not much to read. I just keep flowing with the boards, flowing with the classes. Once I dictate maybe like 2 or 3 courses that are like headaches to me, it fills my whole day of study. It doesn't mean that during this period, I do not have to go over the ones that seem easy for me, or go over the assignments. I do, but what I try to do before exams is that I try to conquer my fear, because what I feel makes people fail is not just that they cannot express themselves or express their idea on something. It is that they're scared. I just feel that I didn't get the concept. I don't have the idea, so I do not have the answer to the questions. Every week, I try to read these courses, especially on Saturday and Sunday, because I do not have to go to classes on these days. So I put up those courses that seem to be very hard for me. I put them on weekends. You understand? Just because it gives me so much time. I am a slow reader and I do not know how to effectively switch through two topics. So most times if I start a course in a day, I end up taking up that course throughout the day. So that is my style. That is how what works for me because I'm a slow learner. Oh, one thing about going to classes, attending classes, and the lecturer just stands in front of you and he just starts to tell you all of the things. Idea is that your note might just be so boring to me. Not might be, it is almost always boring to me. So I try to write it my way. I want to write it my way. I want things that can easily come out of me and I'll remember it. I want to do it that way. I want to speak it in my own words. I want to, if you give me your word, if you give me your note, if you give me all of the things you need to like give to me, I tend to struggle. So what I tend to do is to cram your words. But then when you give me your notes, I study your notes and I make my notes in my words, it is easy for me to remember. While you are in the university studying, for every course and every subtopic and everything that you need to do, know the whys, know the whys, know the reason, grab the heart of the concept. I tell people that I cannot go to an exam and leave a question unanswered, like a question that I'm required to answer. I do not leave it unanswered. So what I do when I come to every topic is that I tell myself, what is the idea of this topic? Like during a period in my school then, when we had to study immunology, that's the immune system, the whole of the immune system during that period, it was quite a broad topic that many people saw it as this big, scary topic. But I needed to simplify it for myself. And the only way I know how to simplify a topic is to know why, is to know the reason, is to get the idea behind everything. So when I look at immunology, I just look at it as all the parts of the body trying to give the body a defense system. That is the idea. So everything is connected to this. Everything boils down to this. Then I go further to know the hows. How? How is this thing done? If this is the whole idea and the central idea of this topic, how does it work? Why is it a topic? What is it that I'm expected to learn from me? That is the next thing I do. Go to Google. And this is how I find out. If I'm going to be studying about immunology, what I'm going to type on Google is not just immunology. I'm going to tell them, I'll just write facts about immunology. It's going to give you bullet points. It's going to give you subtopics that is like summarized already. Something that when you speak these things, somebody hear you and be like, she knows what she's saying. So that's what I usually do. I want to know the whys. And it helps me grasp the whole idea that when you have the chance to teach it. There's this statistic or this study that shows that if you teach, you grab something more. So if you have the idea or if you have somebody to teach, that is very good. It's a bonus. You teach them. But then in my house, because I lived alone, I usually have this. I moved to my kitchen and I just start to like express myself about a topic. Like I have a whole class filled with people that are interested in what I'm saying. And as much as you teach, you speak, you use your own words. Can you see we're going back? You use your own words, you use your own style, and before you know, you have that stuck in your head already, and it's going nowhere. Please don't mix classes. I don't know why people go to school and they don't go to class. Why? Don't miss your classes. You know why? This is going to be a tip in writing your examinations, because you have to learn the style of your lecturers or your teachers or whoever is in charge of the course, because once you attend class, you know the style, you know what this person wants. I had a lecturer there, she taught us environmental microbiology. Not a time will you write any answer for her and not give an example of the microorganisms affected, because she's an environmental microbiologist. She wants to know the names of this microorganism. She wants you to speak it like a microbiologist. This is what she wanted. She wants you to write it appropriately. So if I do not attend classes, I will not know this is what she wanted. And then people do not understand that the way a lecturer gives you his notes is somewhat the way he wants you to give it back to him. Revise, revise, revise. Don't tell me you're going to study only when it's exam time. Revise. You're going to revise. Okay, the first thing you need to do is you need to go over your topic, or go over everything. And revision that I'm talking about is not like one day. You just want to run down through everything you've read before and try. No. Idea is that every single time you study, you're giving yourself this space at the end of your study on that day to revise. Some people do not know how to set questions, but I would strongly advise, if you know how to deduce questions from each course or each topic, it is very important so that whenever you look at that question, you'll be able to answer. However, if you do not know how to do this, another way to go about it is that every single time you're reading a course, make sure you write the subtopics that are important. Now, how do you revise with the subtopics? You revise with the subtopics. When you look at the subtopics, you try to say every single thing you remember about the subtopic. For example, we're studying immunology. So if a subtopic under immunology is red blood cell, I'm going to just note down red blood cell. Then I note down white blood cell. Then I note down mast cells. Then I note down all of that. So next time, before I read that topic again, or before I go over that course again, I bring out where I've written all of the subtopics and I begin to say what I know about red blood cell. When I'm done, I say what I know about white blood cells. If you notice at any point that you can't really say anything about a subtopic, it's an indication that you need to go back to that topic. And well, I think the best way to go about it is study before you go to class. Watch YouTube videos about these things. Study, check up facts, check up questions that are related to this, check up everything. Just browse about these things, study about them, know the idea about these things. Then you can go to class. Then when you are sitting in class, you have done the research. Now you are listening to the lecturer tell you about his research on that same topic. That's the idea. And when he's telling you all of his research, this is a human being there, a human Google that can answer all of the questions you've had, even from your previous study. A little drop of water makes the ocean. That is very true. A little drop of water makes the ocean. So you need to study every day. Okay, let me not use the word every day. You need to study every day. That is what you need to do. You need to study every day. Every day might not be the same. Sometimes you want to study 1 hour, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes you can go as long as 7 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours. That is fine. But no matter how little, try to study every day while you're in school. Every day you go to class, even if you don't know how to like do the in-depth study, you don't want to go down to all of the background study, at least what you are taught in class, revise them, read them, ask questions. This will keep you in line and in check. Very much for listening to these study tips, and there are more if you would want to listen. Please drop questions in the comment section.